Good afternoon. Today we're going to be talking about the effects of climate change and global warming. The team is confirmed by Ismera Ibarra, Denise Cuellar, Aisha Alejandra, Fernanda Salazar, Miriam Maday, and me, Leslie. Okay, so the global climate is projected to continue to change over this century and beyond. The magnitude of climate change beyond the next few decades depends primarily on the amount of heat-trapping gases emitted globally and how sensitive the Earth's climate is to those emissions. Some examples of these are warmer temperatures that are caused because of the accumulation of polluting gases because this causes the temperature it's like rising, and also we have like more intense storms because the fact of this is that the temperature also gets higher and make that range are less like frequent but more intense. And also we got the spread of disease. A temperature change, as you know, that causes that several degrees can make that the temperature zone like more welcoming to the spread of certain diseases. The other one that we also have here will be like the stronger heat waves because of the global warming of the planet produced by the accelerated burning of exhausted fossil fuels that has been very intense at North Pole. And well, also we have like the melting glaciers because the ocean get with higher temperatures and melt ice and the polar ice caps. Well, this like basically means that the sea level increase. And well, also we got here the most dangerous hurricanes because rising sea means that hurricanes become more violent. Also got disappearance of animal species because, as you know, when you got faster climate changes, like the animals are not able to adapt as changes as quickly as humans. So basically what happened to them is that they die. And well, that's it. Then we're gonna be telling the effects of climate change.
Effects of climate change. Effects that scientists had predicted in the past would result from global climate change and now occurring. Loss of sea ice, accelerated sea level, rise in longer, more intense heat waves. Change will continue through this century and beyond. Global climate change is projected to continue to change over this century and beyond. The magnitude of climate change beyond the next few decades depends primarily on the amount of heat trapping gases emitted globally and how sensitive the Earth's climate is to those emissions. Temperatures will continue to rise. Because human induced warming is superimposed on a naturally varying climate, the temperature has not been and will not be uniform or smooth across the country or over time. Frost free season and growing season will lengthen. The length of the frost free season and the corresponding growing season has been increasing nationally since the 1980s, with the largest increases occurring in the western United States, affecting ecosystems and agriculture. Across the United States, the growing season is projected to continue to lengthen. Changes in precipitation patterns. Average U.S. precipitation has increased since the 19th, but some areas have had increases greater than the national average, and some areas have decreases. More winter and spring precipitation is projected to the northern United States and less for the southwest over this country. More droughts and heat waves. Droughts in the southwest and heat waves, periods of abnormally hot weather lasting days to weeks, everywhere are projected to become more intense and cold waves less intense everywhere.
Gases. Greenhouse gas emission covered the here reading here from the sun. This led to global warming and climate change. The world is warming faster than at any other time in recorded history. Some of these causes are energy generation, the generation of electricity and heat by burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas cause a large part of global emissions. Manufactured products, the industry and the manufacturing sector generation emissions, especially from the burning of fossil fuels that allows to produce the energy necessary for the production of cement, iron, steel, electronics, plastic, clothing, and other goods. Logging, cutting those forests to create farms or pasture or for other reasons cause emission as the trees when cut down rails the carbon they have been stored. Transport, most cars, trucks, boats, and plants run on fossil fuels. This makes transport one of the main culprits for greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide emissions.
Food production. Food production requires energy to run agricultural equipment or fishing boats, usually on fossil fuels. Excessive consumption. Your home and how you use energy, the way you get around, what you eat, and the amount of waste you throw away all contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. So does the consumption of goods such as clothing, electronics, and plastics. Consequences. Global warming produces different consequences such as ultimately migration of birds, harvests that are delayed, allergies out of season, coast that are losing ground. The effects of climate change go far beyond the rise in temperature and pose a danger to the planet and its inhabitants.
Actions to avoid climate change. If the use of green energy is promoted, it will help us to protect the environment. If we do not want to lose our ecosystems, we will need to protect and restore them in a responsible way. If you throw away the garbage in the right place, you don't pollute. If I use the car less, it reduces the production of carbon dioxide.
Actions to save natural resources. Separating the garbage. Um, Recycling is very important, so much so that several methods have been established to cool the environment. One of them and the most important is through air. Reduce, recycle and reuse. To reduce, we must develop habits such as responsible consumption. To recycle, what material must be converted into raw materials or the products in order to extend their useful life. Tour of the light. Getting used to turning off the lights that we are not using is also an action that everyone on home and at work can I should implement on core using lighting can reduce the energy consumption of your homes. Evaluating the appliances, the mobile charger, the television, among other devices, and the when turned off continue to consume energy. So they are in use is important to implement them. We must be aware using energy correctly. 4. Close the taps correctly and take care of the water. Save and use the water efficiently. to turning on the tap and check that there are no leaks. Um, it is necessary that we begin to take care of water, since, according to the water is the epicenter of global socioeconomic de- development and points out that today the scarcity of water already affects 4 of 10 people. For this and many other reasons, we must take care of water. Take you on back to the supermarket. No at home or at work reusable books abound. So taking one to the supermarket is not a difficult task. Something things with about we must remember is that we must avoid the use plastic bags since the production of this requires the use of approximately uh, all million oil years and the degradation will take approximately 20 years. It can eradicate small items from our daily habits as it can lead to great and possible change of planet Earth and in our environment. Thank you for attention.